free crypto channel. Today I've got something a little extra special for you, something a little bit different. Today we're going to take a dive into the crypto investors' mind. I'm going to be doing a little Q&A with your comments that have come through. Now, before you jump off the video and you don't want to see a Q&A, really take this into consideration, considering what section of the market we are currently in. I like to put this down as understanding what other people are thinking in the market, a bit of market sentiment, and seeing how we can also evolve and improve our current position in the market. So make sure you like the video up, subscribe to the channel, bell notification icon. Yes, I'm asking you to do that before you have seen the video. It's part of the YouTube algorithm. If that triggers you, don't worry, I've got more things that can do that later on in the video as well. So now that you've done that, let's have a look at coin market cap. We are sitting at 1.4 trillion. Our halfway point, our 50% level that we've talked about on previous videos is around 1.33, 1.34. So I'm going to be watching that level for the market cap as we continue through, as always, day by day, week by week. Now, if you haven't noticed, I do have some humor in the videos. If you can't handle that, I don't know what I can tell you, but we're going to keep pushing on because I keep doing what I love doing, and I hope you are doing the same thing as well. If you're stressing out, make sure you take some time off and reevaluate what you're doing and get your emotional energy bank back in check. Bitcoin, 650 billion. Ethereum, 265 billion. We have seen the market drop a little, well, look, 10%, 9%, BNB 11% overnight. So 24 hours, we are down 5 to 11% with the majors. The most hit has been Uni in the top 20. Everything else is around that 5 to 12%. So let's move over to the crypto fear and greed. We are at 10. Extreme fear has entered the market again. If you have watched the videos over the last few weeks, which I hope you have, we had one on a day and a half ago looking at the ultimate crypto crash strategy. Only got 50,000 views, pretty decent, but you see these other ones that have the words urgent in them getting 100,000 views. This one is a really good video to watch. I'll put it at the end of this video so you guys can click on that again. I did that for this video here so you can see this simple plan. Nothing is 100%, as I mentioned in the video, but it's a good one just to watch to give you a bit of an idea of a way to start strategizing and creating a plan that is a little more mechanical than just running off hopes and dreams and fears of the market, which we can see here, extreme fear today, yesterday, and last week. So we got another 21 hours until we get a new reading on the market, but I suspect it's probably going to be somewhere in the extreme fear unless we have a big bounce and then maybe we just head back to fear. But nonetheless, thank you very much guys for subscribing to the channel. Moving very close to 180,000, and obviously we go for the big one, the 200K, all thanks to you guys. Let's do an update here before we get into the minds of the crypto investors. So what we've seen over the last 24 hours and today actually in the last few hours is another day down. I was hopeful that we might get a bounce to the 45K, which is our 50% level. We saw one day up, an inside, and then an up day. So it's 3 days, but it's not as strong because we haven't seen higher highs on each of those days. And now we've again overbalanced from what we just saw. Call it 1, 2, 3 days up. Now we've seen 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and now the 4th day down. So I don't think we're racing off to 50K anytime soon. That didn't play out. We were talking about that with, not on the channel, but when I was talking with George, another fantastic channel, looking at some options, something that was happening with options and potentially squeezing up to 50K. Yeah, this isn't showing that we're going to run fast to 50K, or at least the probabilities aren't in the favor of it running up that way. But we're getting a little bit of volume come in here again at higher lows. So check out that video from yesterday in terms of a plan. Now let's look at some of the questions and comments inside a crypto investor's mind. This is the interesting part that I want to go through. So thank you all for your comments on the videos. As I said, I am reading them even if I can't get back to all of them. Would you believe we have a
लोन चाहिए मगर बैंक के चक्कर काटने का टाइम नहीं है? इंडिया गोल्ड को मिस कॉल दे 1-800
a good Karen in the world. This is not a Karen that is going to get up here. Boring equals opportunity. I 100% agree. And I'm going to do another video after this one, so it will come out in the next 24 hours. really important one to watch. We're going to look at Bitcoin again and just give an update of what we've been talking about over the last 6 weeks about Bitcoin. All of the signals, and the signals were there, but really, why weren't we taking them with full action? We took them with some action, but we really need to ask ourselves, why not the full action and just sell out everything at 64,000? I'll have that video coming up, like I said, in the next 24 hours. So we have been looking at the market going sideways. Obviously, we are down 50+% at the moment, but I'm not seeing a V-shaped recovery at this point. I've talked about that already in the weeks gone by, and I'm looking at it like boring. And like yesterday's video was, investors leaving, goodbye investors. That's the whole point of it. We're getting to a boring stage, which is where we can now make the money. The good time to be buying. It doesn't have emotion involved. It's kind of boring. And if you want emotion involved, go to the races. Go and gamble on something that you can get a quick hit from in the next 5 minutes to an hour. You know, that is gambling. So if you want that thrill, maybe go watch a gambling channel. I don't know. Let's move on to some of the questions before we get on to the other ideas and the thoughts around mindsets in the space and how we can use them to improve. So if you are liking these videos, let me know. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. I enjoy this myself. I enjoy doing something different than sort of, just continuing the repeat, because some days are just boring. It's the same thing. But looking at this, I get a better idea what's going on out there. If fragile emotions, paper emotions. All right, I'm saying if you are this kind of person, I'm not trying to have a go at anyone here. All right, so I'm going to start with that. Not having a go at anyone here. I had to hold my tongue there. But if you have paper emotions, forget paper hands. Don't worry about paper hands. Paper hands are going to make you money. Diamond hands will make you money as well. It just depends on your plan. But if you have paper emotions, you're probably going to lose time after time after time. If you're unsubscribing because of my shit titles, so be it. This isn't an airport. You don't need to make an announcement. Nonetheless, I appreciate the feedback. If they are shit, okay, I need to improve on them. I'm not a digital marketer, but I will improve. All right, stop the FUD. The videos aren't FUD. They're talking about something that I see as what's happening in the market. And if you aren't sure of how to read a market and you only want to hear positive news, that's going to be quite difficult moving forward in your plan. So that's a simple way to look at some of these emotional, fragile sort of responses. I see them as paper emotions. And if you don't have a diamond emotion, you're probably best to look for another way to make money and another career path. All right, responsibility, action plan. So from one side to the next. These are the good things. This is what happens in the mindset of us out here. Okay, Omar says, people who got in more recently are stressed. Sure, perspective. A lot of people did get in the end of the last bull market, but they've been able to manage and average their way out of losses with good strategies. And this is what I can see in this case. He basically averaged in until February and paused because of the knee-jerk reaction. So looking forward, I do wish I took more profits, but I don't feel as stressed as 2018. So I see this as like a precursor to the next bull run in the long-term macro view of Bitcoin. So even though we are down about 50% at the moment, the long-term outlook for me is still bullish. So this is like a pre-run into the next stage. And that's probably what I'm going to talk about mostly in that next video. So if you have an attitude like this, that sure, you could have done better, then you can go back and look at the mistakes and then improve on those for when the next leg of the run happens. I got in almost 2 months ago, did make a little bit of money before my portfolio got completely wrecked, but luckily I can afford the loss. Just sucks looking at your investment almost cut in half, for sure. All right, some more responsibility and action plan. Chris here, a lot of words to say that we are effed. I got a ton of ADA. So basically annoyed at YouTubers. I get that. No offense, Jason. I like the opium-free content. I get that. Everyone wants some answers from this, and basically you need to take some responsibility as well. And if there are YouTubers that are sort of dishing out the hopium time and time again, maybe this is a good time to start to cull some of the voices, some of the noise that you're hearing out there, and see what has worked better for you over the last few weeks, few months, however long you've been investing for, and clear out the noise and start to just look at the stuff which is going to improve you as an investor and a person as well, because they go hand in hand. If you can improve yourself, then your investing should come to you as well, and vice versa. Improve your investing. You have to look at yourself and see what is wrong, and you can't blame anyone else. So that's why I like them as personal development and is a great way to earn money. So these are all looking good. It takes full responsibility for investment decisions, and I refuse to sell at a loss, but F YouTubers. Okay. DCA in time, waiting for a payday, painfully wish I had listened more to myself, taking profits, hey ho, long-term learn from mistakes. So just learning from mistakes, that's a positive side here. Sleep and analysis, probably looking a little bit rough for wear again. I had some great sleep on Friday night. Baby was up all last night, again, Saturday night, so I'm probably going to be wrecked again. That's pretty much, I just wanted to mention that. I know I get a lot of the comments about the sleep and also on my Instagram. But yes, I have a 6-month-old. Even, maybe you're new to the channel and you don't see that, but yeah, she is a ball of energy. Recent Bitcoin video. As I said, if you haven't seen it, check out this video after this. This is about a Bitcoin strategy, something really simple that you can then apply filters on to improve the strategy, and then also add in some exit strategies. So people are just saying here, strategy really helped. So if you need some ideas or some understanding about what it is about, yes, it's nice and simple, and people are finding good value from that video. I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video as well. Amazing strategy. How do you make those signals? Literally just using this, and that's just a blue arrow. You just click it onto the chart. It's right there. Over to the side, click the blue arrow here, and then click it and put it on the chart. It's that simple. All right, next piece is boring period. So this is the period